I'm going to tell you about the first job that I ever had. I worked in Sears paint department in Long Island, and I ruined a lot of homes. Now, when I was there, the one thing I used to love doing was I would call all the other departments, just drive them nuts. Because you have to pick up the phone. They tell you that. Like, no matter how many customers you have to pick up the phone. It's policy. So as soon as I heard that, like, oh, this is gonna be great. So we're in the paint department one day, and this new guy comes in from hardware, right? And I'm staring at this banana. He's very serious. He's like fixing the stock. He's like, this wrench goes over here. Now, a little part of history. At that time, America was in a serious situation with Libya. Before bin Laden, there was Muammar Gaddafi. And he was huge in news because he shot 6 missiles at a US plane. He missed. And then the next day, we bombed his tent. That's what happened. So I'm sitting there and I went, all right, I'm gonna break this dummy in, and I'm gonna call as Muammar Gaddafi. So I got the phone and I ring his department. He goes, hello, this is Greg, Sears Hardware in Valley Stream, New York. How may I help you today? And I go, hello. This is Muammar Gaddafi. He goes, what is your name? I swear to God, what is your... I said, Muammar Gaddafi, the great Libyan leader. And he goes, how can I help you? So I go, I have sent 6 of my Libyan missiles to blow up the Sears hardware department in Valley Stream, Long Island. At least that loud. At least that loud. I'm not even exaggerating. And I go, you have 15 minutes to evacuate all of your craftsman tools. And he goes, is there anything else I can do for you, Mr. Gaddafi? And I go, yes, you remember this, my friend. Long live paint! Right? Wait. That's not the funny part. So I leave into the break room, and I'm like, this is the greatest call ever in history. I'm cracking up, and I went, you know what, let me call him up and tell him I was busting his chops, right? And he doesn't answer. It's like, oh, that's a big no-no. I'm gonna report him. And then I'm looking around. And there's no one on the floor. There's no customers. There's no salespeople. What the hell's going on? And then all of a sudden, guy comes through the stock doors in regular clothes. Like, let's go, we gotta go! We gotta go right now! We got one more, we got more! Let's go! It's a bomb! The bomb's gonna go off any minute. I said, that's why there's no one in Sears. He goes, yeah, and the mall. They evacuated the mall. Well, how did he get a bomb threat? I said I was Muammar Gaddafi, and I sent 6 Libyan missiles to hit Sears Hardware, Valley Stream, New York. I ended by saying, long live paint. He goes, it's not funny, man. It's not funny. There's 1 million cops downstairs. Yeah, I think you're getting arrested. And I went, just tell him the story, man. So I'm literally going through the ranks of the cops, and one after the other, like, oh my God, wait till, Sarge, hurry up, you gotta hear the story. Here's a card, if you ever need anything, you call that thing. So I go through the story with Sarge, and I went, long live paint. He's going, oh my God. Here's the problem. The problem is it's out of my jurisdiction. The feds are here. I figured I'm killing. Let's bring it to a new level. Bring them in. Bring the feds in. And the one guy comes through, and he looks pretty intense, and he pulls up a chair. You know, like, he goes, let me explain something to you. I had to come in from JFK International Airport. I had to call the Secretary of Defense. Here's how we're gonna determine the situation. You're gonna look at me and my 2 agents, and you're gonna look us in the eye and just tell us facts, okay? And if I determine that your intentions were not what I like, as far as anyone's concerned, you're missing. Do you understand the predicament that you are in? No. He goes, look them in the eye. I said, all right. All right, so I'm in paint. And I go through the store and I go, I've sent 6 Libyan missiles to blow up the Sears hardware. Is that it? I went, no, I ended by saying, long live paint! And that's why we're here. And he stared at me for like 10 seconds. And then he goes, I'll do the paperwork. You should become a comedian, man.